Today I'm going to make steak and eggplant parmesan, um, homemade style. So first thing before I start anything, these dinner are like in half an hour and healthy. So first thing before I prep anything, I preheat the oven for 500. Then I clean the eggplant, the outside, and then I just set it on this tray. As soon as the oven is heated, I put this in there and then I prep the rest. The steak, I have 2 pieces of ribeye. Actually, it's about a little bit thicker than almost an inch. And then I have here coarse sea salt and black pepper. That's it. That's all I did. It would be half a teaspoon of coarse black pepper, sea salt, and 1 teaspoon of coarse grind fresh black pepper. Also, I need some olive oil to drizzle on my steak. I will drizzle like this. I have enough for that. And I'm going to have enough for that. I'm going to mix this up and rub it on here. Real chef, not afraid to get your hand dirty. It's not dirty. You can always wash it. Make sure you wash your hand before you start anything. See, it's almost like for blacking. So now the oven is preheat. I'm going to put this in the oven and let it cook for 15 minutes, 20 minutes. I also clean my scallion. It's enough scallion here. I'm going to saute it with olive oil for the topping of my roasted eggplant. This cutting board is great. It's Asian style. It's thick and it's heavy. It doesn't move. It's the best. I love this rather than the skinny one. Also, this knife is Asian style. It's also sharp. It just looks like that, but it's not rusted or anything like that. So after I chop, it would look like this. See? It's chopped. I don't use the grill, so I'm going to use the cast iron. Meanwhile, while the oven is on, I'm going to put it in the oven to keep it hot. When I'm ready to make the steak, I'm just going to bring it out and put it on top of the stove. Turn on the heat to warm up your saucepan, and then you put like about quarter cup of oil in here to saute your green onion. Just that much. I'm using this one. Then I would put this scallion into this hot pot. The whole thing. Turn on the high heat so the oil could be hot. Still some left. When it's in there like that, I just use the chopsticks and mix it. Or you could use the wooden spoon, whichever works. As long as it doesn't melt in this pot, you're fine. So you see how it's softened up like that? It's not puffy anymore because it's already cooked. Now I could turn off the heat and set it aside. I have this tray ready for my eggplant, once it's cooked, I could start peeling the skin and stack it in there and pour the spring onion on top and the Parmesan. I will show it to you in a bit. But I have a metal tray, so that way I could put it back in the oven just for a minute or so. The temperature in the oven is actually 500. I like it high heat. Okay? I'm going to turn the stove on and ready to bring out my cast iron. Remember, it's very hot already in the oven. So now I'm ready for my steak to sit on here. On this cast iron, I also have this for the steak to rest on, so it could be flat, nice and flat. Transfer the steak into here. You hear it sizzling? Yep. I'll let it sit. Rest this on top. You could move this piece over to let your steak flat down, which I did. Leave it high heat for 3 minutes. Now lift this up, turn. You see nice line. Same thing to this. Now with this, you're gonna leave it for 5 minutes, 3 minutes, 3 to 5 minutes, depend how rare or how well you want it done. So while this cooking is already 5 minutes, right now I'm going to turn off the heat and I'm going to let it sit in there to cook a little bit more. I'm going to prep the soy sauce with the chili. Like I say, I always add some chili in to bring the flavor. And the soy sauce that I use is this one. You could get it at the Asian market. It says seasoning sauce, but it's actually soy sauce. You see the picture with the guy in here? Tastes really good. You could use this on many things. And then I'm going to use the scissor to cut the chili so it won't be spicy. Okay, I hold it up here and cut it slowly in so it doesn't touch my finger. And that would be my dipping sauce while I'm waiting for my steak and the eggplant to cook. I'm going to set this aside. Here I have 2 tablespoons of Parmesan cheese ready for the eggplant. With this soy sauce here, sometime if you're hungry and you cannot prep the food, you could just make the chili sauce like this. If you cannot eat that spicy, it depends on your taste. You can fry an egg, make it a little bit like over easy or well done on both sides, and you just tuck it in the sandwich, 2 pieces of toast, and then have sprinkle some of this sauce on top. It gives you a whole new flavor. Also, you could have eggs on top of the cooking rice with the sauce, and it tastes really good and healthy too. But you cannot eat it all the time. Oh, scoop it out like this. And put it into the tray. So you cut the eggplant in half and then cut the tip here, the top of it. So that way you could use the spoon and scoop it out from here, okay? So at the end, this is all the skin. And then here's my cutting board. But that's what it looked like. And then I have to use the scissor to cut these. So after you put the green on top, now you sprinkle the Parmesan cheese on top. But don't do that yet. Let's put it in the oven and sprinkle it right before we eat. Just let it warm up while we set up the plate. So for the carb, I would have one piece of bread. I'm going to cut this in half and put it in the oven while the oven is on too, multi-use, and that way it's warm up and also a little bit more crispy. So now the bread is already cut in half. I would put it in the oven right next to that one. See? So now I'm going to use serving spoon to scoop this into my dinner plate. Oh shoot. So I have a serving tray. I'm going to bring this out. And this would be my healthy gourmet dinner. Steak with eggplant and a piece of bread, one bun, and some dipping sauce. Bon appetit. Thank you for watching. Sorry, I'm an amateur. This is my first time recording, so it's unorganized. Please excuse my recording. If you have any question, please let me know. Text me. Don't forget to click like. Be healthy. Enjoy.